Welcome to Community Taking Action, ABCD's program highlighting people and organizations doing great things in and around the Boston area. Today, we are going to talk about a phenomenal program, a school in Dorchester, the Epiphany School, and here to help us with that conversation are the head of school, Reverend John Finley, and the principal, Dr. Michelle Sanchez. Welcome to the program, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
So, I said I'm excited, and I am excited because I have had a little bit a sampling of what Epiphany is and what it's about. Mm-hmm. But the one question that always comes to me is, why don't more people know about it? So we want to resolve that today. So just to start, let's talk about Epiphany, its founding, its history, its origins, and we'll pick it up from there.
19 years ago, before when I was just kind of starting in my education trajectory, I learned about this school called Epiphany. And it wasn't quite yet a school. It was this idea that it was going to be a full service school. As a teacher, you always wonder, what's going on at home? Are your kids eating? Are they getting the services they need? And this school kind of took on addressing all of those needs. So I was incredibly excited about the idea of being part of something that was brand new. Jumped on board with John and another founder, and have been very excited growing and learning as we've been building this place.
We started in All Saints Church in Ashmont, and Michelle and the rest of us, we had to take the entire school apart every Friday, rebuild it every Monday for the first 2 years of the school. But we were always clear about where we wanted the school to be, with its own home, with a strong community. And now we're at the place after 18, 19 years where a lot of our teachers are graduates who've gone off to college, gotten their masters, and come back as teachers. And it's coming really more and more into the place I think we always envisioned it would be. So that's...
Talk about that vision. I mean, you go back 19, 20 years, 21 years and say, we're trying to build this program. It sounds like a grand vision if I'm a teacher and I hear about that. I don't know if I want to get on board at that roller coaster in the very beginning. It's a daunting task.
The vision was to take this independent school environment, small classes, long hours, extended school day, abiding support for families, so we stay with our graduates forever after they graduate. And that means summer jobs, college counseling, financial assistance with tuition in high school and in college, and applying it to a community of folks who otherwise wouldn't have access to an independent school. And we make this commitment, we never give up on a child. So we're not a school that kick kids out. We want every child, we believe every child can succeed at our school.
Right.
And the mission serves kids in grades 5 through 8. We do have a relationship with DCF and Horizons for Homeless and social service agencies that think a school like Epiphany would be a good placement for children. But we are now accepting applications for kids who are in 4th grade going into 5th grade and a few 5th grade going into 6th grade slots.
When you talk about coming from Horizons and coming from DCF, those are children who are coming from very unique and challenging, specifically challenging environments. But you welcome that, you look for that. What makes Epiphany a place where they can prosper?
So a big part of it is the 12-hour school day. So our students are getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner and 2 snacks every day in school. They have a place to do sports in the afternoon and a place to do their homework at night and get tutoring at night.
And another big piece of what we are is a trauma-sensitive school. So we know a lot of our kids have been through different traumas. We have maybe close to 80% of our kids in individual therapy. We have all of our kids in small group therapy, so we'll have a girls group, a boys group for each of the grades. We have lots of targeted interventions for kids' different challenging behaviors, and we really try to tackle each student individually and find, what are their triggers, what are the things that are getting in their way of learning, and really address that in the best way we know how.
Every time I hear something about Epiphany, I say, how is that possible? How are you able to build something where you have so much going on, all the extras, and then let's come back to that real topic, the 12-hour day.
Yeah, in terms of the 12-hour day, I think a lot of our kids really adjust to it very quickly. So, it sounds pretty daunting until you break it down into, well, it's dinner and sports and study hall. It's not, you're bolted to a desk, for 12 straight hours.
I got to study in my books.
Exactly, it's got to work and work and work and work. So it becomes more manageable for kids. It's not the perfect school for every kid, we know that, but for a lot of kids, it's really a powerful model.
We have a teaching fellow training program, so it's also not that we're asking every teacher to work 12 hours a day.
I was going to get to that, right?
That's right.
So we do have this relationship with Boston College where this is another amazing, one of my favorite pieces of what we do is that we're training urban teachers and urban teachers who stay in education. So we have this incredible percentage of teachers of color, teachers who come from the same background. It's a great way to kind of train them, to get them really knowledgeable of the program, of our mission. It's a very oftentimes challenging mission, and you have to have people who are really committed to the work, pushing through those hard days and getting to the good days.
The Teaching Fellow program, was that part of the inception?
We had it since the beginning, but it's become much more of a teacher training program under Michelle's leadership. Especially, I think, fair to say, as soon as we realized that our graduates would be coming through the program, we really wanted them not just to be a service time, but a chance that would position them for a career in education afterwards.
The school's philosophy, which I find to be really fascinating, if you guys could just expand on that.
I think there are several main philosophies, but one is that we really don't give up on a child. So we use kind of every trick in the bag, every tool in the kit to try to get to kids where they are. With that, comes one is really trying to engage the families and pull them in. We have lots of mandatory, I often hear about my mandatory requirements for parents, but they are required to come. We have family barbecues, we have open house, we have 3 times a year where they have to come and meet with teachers. And then the philosophy of never giving up on a child.
Yeah, absolutely. Never giving up is a pretty strong statement.
I mean, every kid wants to have a good day, right? And if they're not having a good day, that's our responsibility. I think a lot of times as teachers, you take it personally and say, why is this kid, misbehaving for me? But in fact, that kid who's struggling might be trying harder than every kid in that room, right? To have a successful day. And you only get one childhood, and we want it to be a great one. What we need and our community needs are people who are committed to doing the hard work of staying with kids. And at the end of the day, Michelle and I have seen again and again that it pays back 100-fold, because you get a kid who you think is struggling, doesn't want to be there, and then you realize all of the promise and potential that was in that kid. And if you cut them off, in that first week or that first month, you would have missed out on all of that.
The other big thing is the never give up on a child really goes into adulthood. We have graduates who are now approaching 30, and we help with jobs, whatever they feel like they need to come back for. We're there to help them with. And that, for us, we have that long vision, and we're able to see, like when we've got that kid who's really struggling, we can say, you know what, we've been here before.
I want to have you guys summarize, if you want a lasting message for our viewers and future parents, future supporters, what would you say about Epiphany that someone should know that maybe we haven't talked about already?
I think it works. I think it's this incredible mission that really works to serve our families, to really try to work with the students and the families to better their trajectories. And as we continue to grow and do this work, we are looking to begin with younger children. Our Early Learning Center, hopefully in a year or so, will be up and running.
Any last
We love to have visitors, so if you want to come visit, let us know. We love to have visitors.
And what's the phone number and website for folks?
617-326-0425 and www.epiphanyschool.com.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
We certainly have to have you guys back. As from what I have said before, love the school, love everything that I heard about it, learned a lot of stuff today. I hope our audience has learned it, and so look forward to having you guys back.
Great to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
That concludes our program today. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and if you've missed any episodes, be sure to catch them on YouTube. Thank you for watching Community Taking Action. I'm your host, Eric Mitchell. Until next time.